What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. If you're new here, I'm Brad. I'm the host of Coach Cruise, and my guests tonight are Cruise Life TV, the very own Greg and Michelle. And as I typically do, it comes to Tuesday, and I'm like, what the heck am I going to talk about today? So, batted this around, and Greg and Michelle decided to help me out. But we together have been on a heck of a lot of cruises, and we have done a lot of extra stuff that you aren't required to do in terms of purchases and specialty dining and stuff that you can buy and treats and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about, and what we feel is a good value and worth that expenditure, and maybe what's like, yeah, you could probably pass on that. It's not that big a deal. At the end of the day, it's your cruise, so if you want to splurge on something, obviously, that is up to you, and you can do as you wish. But we're just gonna try to give you our opinion on what's the best bang for your buck, I guess you could say. So we'll talk about that. But before we do, let's say hi to some of you that are live today. Love our live viewers, and we have Ken once again. He's starting to rack up the medals here with the gold. He's saying, "Hello, all. I hope everyone is having a great week." And then our very own admin Tim is saying hi to everybody. And then I appreciate this so much because those of you that put together stuff yourself, assembly required. I got a new smoker because mine just kind of conked out and the augers all jammed up and everything. And I said, rather than taking the whole damn thing apart, and I'm not that mechanically inclined, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get a new. It lasts me a few years. So, but I have to put together this smoker myself. And let me just say, I expelled more than a couple of curse words. And it's still not put together all the way. So this 100 proof is going to go down a lot smoother.
Oh, gee.
So admin Tim, thank you for that, because I genuinely need it now after I got on here. I logged in less than 10 minutes before we were to go live, and I didn't get as many notes down on paper as I want. Zoe, I almost forgot about Zoe. She's got a treat coming too. So Tim and Cheryl, thank you so much. And this is a tall 100 proof shot here.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right.
That's why we don't do shots.
We're gonna get you on the floor tonight.
I got some new treats here. This one is bacon wrapped, peanut butter flavored something, and then I have Zoe's typical favorite there. So we're gonna give her one of the bacon wrapped, peanut butter flavored. So high five for Tim and Cheryl. What do you say?
Oh,
say it louder. Say it louder. Say thank you. There you go. All right, so thank you for that, Tim. We got 2 coolers shipped today. Admin Tim, courtesy of Admin Tim, Angie got hooked up with a cooler. And then last week, Frankie Floyd, he got the other cooler, and I shipped those out today. I sent the tracking numbers to those 2 lucky individuals. And JB was the first from carried over from last week. He's 1 through 15, and now admin Tim is numbers 16 through 30, and hopefully we give away another cooler today, or you can choose to get a shirt and then have an extra 50 drawings in the next raffle, and go for 2. Go for 2 big winners. All right. So we got Cheryl saying hi to everybody. Cruising Chris Mosk asking how I'm doing. Well, I explained my assembly frustrations, but I got most of it. I would say I got the hardest parts out of the way. I'm down to the little tedious putting handles on and little stuff like that, but I think I got most of the stuff done. There's the Frankie Floyd, the Emerald Coast Cruiser, saying hello to everybody. What's going on? Sandy, the Lost Pirate Jenkins, is saying hi to everybody. What's going on? Cruise Life TV. I think I know where they're at. They're right in front of me. Mandy is back here once again saying CLTV and Coach like Reese's peanut butter cups. Kimberly LaBelle says, "Yay, Cruise Life TV! Hello to everyone. What's going on, Kimberly? The crazy-eyed cruiser is back once again. I love that little picture of the crazy.
It's funny.
Saying hello, fam. JB, the JB I just mentioned, is here once again, and him and I message back and forth. He's going on some of you out there that are gamblers, and I see Charlene just checking in here. She might be one of these people. And Carnival Cruise addicts, I know, are two of these people. But JB is going on this Aces cruise. I don't know how many of you have heard about that, but JB sent me the video from the Carnival rep, the casino host, whatever. And the only way you could go on this cruise is if you got a special invitation.
Oh.
And he showed me the video, and I forget what ship it's on, but they have made a casino in the comedy club, and then they even put a fourth casino in the atrium.
Wow.
So they have slot machines in the atrium lobby. They have it on deck 5, deck 4, and then the back of deck 5, which would normally be like the comedy club and stuff. So they are putting casinos all over this ship. I forget whether it was the Magic or what ship it was. But yeah, he's going on that. And so, yeah, I guess this is an invite-only thing. I'm guessing Carnival Cruise Addicts knows full well about this because they probably got like 15 invites to go do this. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting. And I mean, it even had videos of the slot machines in those said rooms, which was kind of neat to see.
That's different than the adults-only casino cruise. This is a special one beside that one. It sounds like.
Well, I guess they're realizing that a lot of the gamblers aren't seeing much of the ship, so they got to spread the casino all over the place.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, if they're putting slot machines in what would be the comedy club, I don't know where they're having like. I mean, is there anybody going to see any entertainment? The entertainers might be sitting in a theater by themselves, just like this. Anybody want to see us? Like, is everybody in the slot machine?
The playlist.
What's going on?
People like have 5 people in their theater. The wives of the men that don't, the wives that don't gamble, the men that do. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Cruiser Charlene's been a member for 4 months. If anybody wants to join and be a members only of Coach Cruise, it's $5 a month. You get exclusive members only. I shared a video. Now I will be releasing a video very similar, almost exactly similar to the one I released for the members only. But it was the cruise day of the back-to-back cruise I did on the Horizon this summer. I just released today, and only the members got to see that. For some reason, the picture size was smaller than I wanted it to be, so I have to mess with that before I go public. So the members only get to see some of my editing mishaps, and you know, we're a close enough group that you know we can get away with that. Carl is back here. He says, "Oh, good, you're not talking about the VIFP program." Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, and I have, and I don't know how much more I can say. I do want to say regarding that, I am still shoulder to shoulder with all you platinum cruisers and gold and everything else like that. I just don't see where the advantage is for Carnival, and not just. I mean, I realize that, you know, priority boarding and things like that might have to be tweaked, and you might have to give some other kind of perk or whatever, but why, you know, I just don't understand why you offend the cruisers that have been loyal to you. And you can't just say, hey, look, you know what, we can't give you this, but, you know, you keep coming back, you're at least going to get this and this or whatever. You know, like, I mean, just a token of your appreciation for the years and all the cruises that they've done, and why that's only exclusive for diamonds. Even though I am a diamond, and you know, I'm happy that, you know, I get whatever it is that they're giving or whatever. It just doesn't feel right that, you know, the platinums, who, you know, might be just a little bit short. And a couple of people have made the point, you know, so what if I'm 190 days and a diamond is 200 days? So, you know, am I that much not worth what the diamonds, like you could be 10 days short and be like, oh, too bad. You're going to have to re-earn this.
One thing that is interesting is Carnival is doing double day points. I don't know if you've seen that. So a 7-day cruise would be worth 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that definitely will help. But, a lot of people have chimed in. They said, even they just can't do it. They can't take off work. They can't whatever. And a lot of those double days and stuff, they expire if you don't do it by February.
Right.
From what I'm told. We got Adventures with Uncle Dave saying, hey, y'all. Hey, Coach Greg and Michelle. And we all were hanging out on the boat down in Miami not too long ago. Rick, the Texas Cruiser. Hey, Coach, Buffalo Trace is on standby. You know what, Rick? I got my Buffalo Trace on standby too, and it's still half full. So I think we're going to be safe and make it through the show. Carnival Cruise Addict saying hello to everybody. Look, we got Scott in the house saying, Coach, cruising Chris Moss, a member for 5 months. I didn't even know I had the thing going for 5 months. Cruising Chris Moss was obviously one of the first. Love it. He's got the little green banner. Sigma Dove saying hello. I think that's a new name, so I always like to see the new names. Great to see you. Welcome to the show. And then we got Cruiser Charlene. Hey, treat for Zoe and a shop for Coach. Hope everyone is doing well. And I'm all about that. Zoe, you want another treat? Come here. Charlene's got you hooked up. All right. Speaking of said Buffalo Trace, why don't we get that out? And first, Tim gets a quack quack. And Charlene gets a quack quack. Thank you for that. I will get my Buffalo Trace, give myself a quack. And a big high five for Charlene. And good luck on Dragon Link. Say good luck.
Yeah.
Say good luck. Okay. Good luck. It's one word, good luck in dog language. And Charlene, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed. All right. That one's not quite as potent. There's a big difference when you do the 90 proof between the 100 proof. That whistle pig, man, that stuff is dangerous. All right, so Charlene, you are 31 through 50, and that means we're only 100 away. And look, the Texas Cruiser right behind, and 51 through 55. Thank you, sir. And I'm glad I did that Buffalo Trace right behind the, and then hopefully you did one with me, Rick. So thank you for that. All right. So yeah, JB is going to go. And I told him, I said, win all their money, win all their money. Ken Lesko booked a royal cruise out of Galveston. I figured I better book it before they change their mind about changing their drinking package rules. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking about that and saying, oh, well, maybe Carnival's setting a trend here and all these other cruise lines are going to switch over. That could be. The one thing that no cruise line has done, and Carl's like, good, you're not talking about the VIF people. See, you just planted the seed. I wasn't going to talk about it, Carl, but you planted the seed in my head. Now it won't go out. It's like Inception. You plant that seed and then it won't get out of my head. You know what though? Carnival's still the only one that's rifted their loyal cruisers. No other cruise line has rifted their loyal cruisers like Carnival has. Nobody else has joined in that thing. So we'll see if any other cruise lines, but Royal, I think it was Royal that actually made fun of Carnival. And saying how embarrassing that was and that they would never do that or something. I forget exactly what somebody told me, but I didn't hear it for myself. But, you never say never. All right. Cruising, Chris Moss. You need to be smarter than a fifth grader to understand those directions. That's why I let my wife do it, because I am not. Coach needs a beverage and Zoe needs a treat. You know what really got me mad, Chris, and everybody? When you're putting the screws in and the hole doesn't line up exactly right, and I got a screw, and I'm one of these people that it has to go in. It just has to go in.
That's what she
because if it
said.
doesn't go in, yeah, yeah, and it does. But it wouldn't go in. It wouldn't go. And I kept messing with it. And that's when the curse words started flying because, I was pushing this thing to try to line the hole up just right. And then at first I had the screwdriver. Then I got out the drill. And then eventually it won. It beat me.
Gee.
I just took the drill and I just held it as hard as I could. And I got the screw and it's sticking out like halfway.
Oh, no.
Not where it can be seen, but I know it's there. So it's going to be like, the telltale heart or something like that. I'm going to have the whole thing together and I'm going to know there's going to be that one screw that nobody can see that's halfway out and only I know it. And everybody else is like, oh, it looks great, but no.
You need to take the screw out, cut it in half, and then put it back in.
Yeah. All right, Chris. Thank you, sir. All right. So, I want to hit a little harder that time. High five for Chris. High five. What do you say?
All right.
She was ready for that one. All right. Yes. So thank you for that. And then Chris, here we go. We are moving right along here on the next drawing. You are 56 through 70, my friend. Thank you for that.
You're getting there.
We're getting through the comments here. Texas Cruiser, watch for Royals 27-28 rollout. Cruiser Charlene. See, and this is why. And Greg and Michelle, you guys still, I think you said you're still platinum.
We're platinum.
Yeah, we won't make it.
This is why I have so many, people that I know that, and then Charlene, she's been loyal to the channel and supportive always and everything. But, that's why, that's one of the reasons I do it. I mean, to support everybody else, we're all a cruise family and everything else like that. And I genuinely think it's BS. I genuinely do. That's not just, okay, whatever, I'm trying to make videos or whatever. I think it's crap. I think it's crap, and I think Carnival needs to be better. And so I've just voiced my opinion. And honest to God, when John came after me and said I was spreading misinformation and everything, basically lying about me to try to, whatever, I thought that I was going to have a gang of people come after me. I did. Because I love John. I still love John. I mean, I got John right here beside me. And I know he loves Carnival and everything. And then that's where his frustration, I guess, with me is like he doesn't want anybody, not even the Beards, to get any venom from anybody. But again, that's all I was directing it at. And yeah, and then Tim's another one. And Tim and Cheryl, they're platinum. And it's like, it's not cool. Like they've put all those years and all those cruises, and then, they're not going to be able to maintain that, at their current rate. And it's just, I don't know, it's just messed up. All right, Ken, or was it Carl? Carl, I'm going to try to shut up now about this. Apologies. All right, I'm scrolling past some of these comments. Cruising Chris Moss, the coach was trying to screw it and it wouldn't go in. Did I hear that correct? Yes. And I'm 3 shots in on. So yeah, this might get a little scary. Carnival Cruise Addicts, difference between platinum and diamond on the new program is like nothing, honestly. Yes. And here we go again. You're keeping me on it. You're right. It is nothing. That's the whole point. So why doesn't Carnival just say, you know what? I mean, honestly, we're not really giving away anything anyway. I mean, they're acting like they're giving away gold. You got to spend $22,000 in a 2-year period to maintain platinum. Oh, cool. Okay. Here's $22,000. What do I get for that? Well, you get to call in a couple days before everybody else and get on the ship a little bit earlier. And guess what else we're going to give you? We're going to give you a couple bags of free laundry. I just spent $22,000 to keep this. That's it. That's all I get. You know, I mean, yeah, that's it. So that's the whole point. Like, why can't Carnival give that to everybody? Like, you know, like that's not too much. And if the priority boarding again is jamming things up or whatever, then give away a different perk. You know, give away some pixel pictures or whatever. Do something. You know, Carnival Cruise Addicts loves the steakhouse. I love the steakhouse
And
too.
Coach, can you guess where we are right now?
Are you in the steakhouse?
We are in the steakhouse.
Oh my God. Can you order me some smoked oysters?
Oh, yeah.
Smoked oysters. And I would like some lobster bisque also. And then the spiced rub ribeye, if you could just, you know, take. And if they ask for dessert, I like that apple tart thing.
The apple tart is good. Yeah.
Cake, but the apple tart thing is like really good. Admin Tim, how is the sound for everyone else? Oh my God, sounds choppy on me. I hope not. I hope that's your internet, because guess what, everybody? I told you I was going to do it. I finally got new Wi-Fi. I got Xfinity, and it's supposed to be 1 gig of Wi-Fi service or whatever, which I'm saying, and it's a cable line that supplies the streaming Wi-Fi or whatever. So let me know if the picture and everything is coming. I don't have the little thing showing me that the service is weak or anything like that. So I think it's a good sign. But Tim is scaring me a little bit here. But Tim, thank you once again. Let's see. So 71 through 75. Tim, I appreciate that. Man, I'm trying to get caught up with all these comments. I got to start
choppy. Everyone's saying choppy.
Texas Cruiser Royals Michael Bailey said they are not making any changes. Okay, there we go. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, said they are going to keep honoring their loyal cruisers. Take that, Carnival. Cruising Chris Moss. It would have been awesome if Carnival could have status match across the brands. That would have been cool. Jay Jones is saying choppy. The audio, damn.
Is it only you, or is it us as
Carnival,
well?
Carnival Cruise Addicts is saying your new Wi-Fi needs to give you a refund, Coach.
So CCA, tell us, are we sounding choppy, or is it just Coach, or is it the two of us?
Yeah.
Maybe you're talking too fast. You're talking too fast, Coach.
Is that it?
I'm just reading what I'm ahead of you. I'm reading what Uncle David said.
JB is saying, sorry, your internet is choppy on the speech side. Picture is good. The sound is choppy.
Too.
I hope that is a
both sounding choppy.
Both Joy is saying everyone both sounding
that's not good news.
Frustrating. All right. Well, I apologize to everybody on that, and I'm super frustrated because I changed internet people Wi-Fi. Joy is saying the picture's good though. They can see us, they just can't hear us very well. And Sandy, I'm hoping this clears up. Cruise Life TV is choppy too. I'm hoping it clears up.
I wonder if it's StreamYard.
It could be.
Why do we hear him just perfectly?
Well, we hear you fine because it's going through a different channel to get to everybody else.
Yeah. Joy is saying talk slower. Okay, I will try to talk slower. North Shore Traveler says you should get Starlink if you can where you live. I don't know if that's possible. But Starlink doesn't work very good on the ships, I've noticed. So.
I'm going to kill my microphone for a short bit, and you continue on, Coach. Let's just see if it has anything to do with like feedback.
Makes a difference.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Okay, so speaking of extras and spending money on things outside of what's included in your cruise fare. First, if there's any new cruisers out there, there's a lot included in your cruise fare. Okay, once you book your stateroom, you have the main dining room, which is usually wonderful, and the menu changes daily, and there are a lot of different, menu items to choose from. It's not just a limited menu with only a few things to choose from. I mean, you get an extensive menu, and that is all included in your cruise fare. Obviously, just like a hotel, if you rented, you're going to get your room made up every day and things like that. Now, the one thing that you could choose, and I say this is kind of, I want to include this too, even though this is done in advance. This isn't an extra thing, but you can choose to pay extra for. So, for example, on some ships, they have special areas. Like the Vista class, for example, has my favorite area, and that is the Havana area. And if you stay in the Havana area, you get access to I call it a semi-private pool, because only the people that are booked in the Havana area are allowed to use that pool. And then there are 2 nice size hot tubs right on each side of it. And then you have an outside bar that most of the people that stay in the Havana area take advantage of, especially when they're in the back, of the ship. Now that costs extra. Now you could say, okay, well, I just want a regular cabin in a regular part of the ship. And you know what? You're going to save a lot of money if you do that compared to the Havana. But the Havana is giving you that extra experience. It's giving you way less crowded pool, to enjoy. Like there's sometimes I've gone on some Carnival ships and like I want to go to the pool or whatever and take a dip or whatever and enjoy a drink or something like that. And I get to the back of the ship and I look at it and there's like 60 people in it, and then a couple kids snorkeling, kicking people in the face and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm going to pass on this one. So, that Havana area is a treat. It's an indulgence. It's extra money or whatever, but I feel like most cases it's worth it. But again, you do that in advance. But when you're choosing your cruise, you can choose like, hey, do I want to do this on a budget? Just book an interior and just go enjoy the ship. Do I want to do a balcony? Do I want to do an ocean view where I get, at least a little taste of the, the scenery and stuff like that, but not spend quite as much as a balcony? So all of those things, you're making a decision on before you cruise. And I will give you, and then Greg and Michelle will see if this microphone thing is what's going on, but I'll give you my best value for you value hunters out there. There is a cabin called the 4J cabin. And what a 4J cabin is, it's a cabin usually at the front of the ship. And it's not considered an ocean view, even though it has a window and you might be able to see the ocean from these 4J cabins. It's not a direct view to the ocean, so they can't call it an ocean view. Now, it's usually at the front of the ship, and usually it has an accessible balcony, but it's not a private balcony. It's a balcony where you have to go out a side door, and you can go to the front of the ship on a very large balcony that, 4 or 5 or 6 cabins, there's a window for, and you obviously can close your drapes or whatever so people can't see in your cabin. But yeah, outside there's a balcony. So in a sense, you're getting a combination of an ocean view and a balcony that very few people ever go on. And the cost wise, it costs you a little bit more than an interior, but less than an ocean view. And you get, to experience a balcony, and you get views of the ocean, even though it might be not a direct view of the ocean. And and sometimes, depending upon which room you get, it might be a much larger room. Also, depending upon if it's right on the corner, if it's in the middle, or whatever else like that. So, in terms of rooms, if you're looking for a value, that's what I'd go with. If you're looking for indulgence, you have the spa cabins, which usually give you access to the aromatherapy rooms for the entire week, which I feel like that's the best value. Even if you're not going to book a spa cabin, if you want to access the spa and you want to get a lot of bang for your buck, I feel the best bang for your buck is getting access to these aromatherapy rooms in which you can go in each and every day for as long as you want. You can use the whirlpool, you can use the steam rooms, you can use the saunas and everything. And it's a set price depending upon how many days that you're going, but you can go for as long as you want. If you book one massage, for example, it'll probably cost you more than an entire week worth of the aromatherapy rooms or whatever. So in terms of spending a little bit more money to enjoy something and a little bit of an indulgence or whatever, that would be my recommendation for the spa, and to stretch your money and make it as big a value as possible. So I talked a lot there, Greg and Michelle. Based on the things that I said there, what do you agree with, disagree with? What are
so we like to book the balcony, and we actually went cheap or less and more inexpensive. I don't like using the word cheap, but we booked. I found an interior cabin which had a porthole, and I figured, you know what? It had a sofa, it had the bed, and it had a porthole, but it was considered an interior cabin, and I paid the price of an interior cabin for it. And I was thinking that, well, when you close the curtain, it almost seems like you're
in a balcony room.
In the balcony room.
And the porthole, that was the one that was like big, right?
No, it was the round.
It was round. That one.
But what happened was there was a problem with the room, and then they shifted us down to a regular ocean view room.
Okay.
So we ended up getting the big window, and it was great. It was just
and that was the one where we pulled the curtain in, and they had the big thing. You sat inside the. Is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, that was an amazing thing because
that was on the sunrise.
And that was like a 5 day.
It was a 5-day cruise. We left on, I think, Thursday or Friday. We came back on Monday.
Yeah. So we thought, oh, it's just short. Let's, not, get a balcony on this.
It was the cheapest cruise we ever went on, and it was fabulous.
But that was a good idea, like you said, like finding like a spot where the room is good, and it's not, and you have access either to like the light or whatever, or then grab it. I mean, because a lot of times they're going to be great, but not as expensive as a balcony.
Right. And usually we go up top too. So then the higher up you go, the higher up the price goes as well.
Yeah.
But there are deals. If you play your cards right, you can find some pretty good deals. One of the things I wanted to say is that actually, like on Carnival, they offer things that you can do on board, such as the mixology class at the Alchemy Bar.
Oh,
I mean, first of all, if you've got the drink package, it's discounted. I think it's $25. You get to make all these. If you don't have the drink package, it's like $30, but you're making like 5 drinks, and they're full size drinks. And by the time you leave there for $30, you're gone.
And it's fun, and you learn a lot too. I think that is a really great value for money spent.
Faster to the fun as well.
Faster to the fun. Yeah, that was another really good deal.
Yeah, because of all the things that you got, the picture, the hat, the backpack, the lanyard.
Right, the photo with the captain on the bridge.
Yeah,
I mean, that was included.
So if you added all that up, if you were to pay for it, it was the price of the faster to the fun.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. And you know what? When I was thinking about the different extras that you could pay for, that I forgot about that one. And for those of you out there that are thinking about, if you're going on Carnival, the mixology class, that is offered by the Alchemy Bar. And it is an extra cost. And here's the thing: it's kind of like a underground nightclub kind of thing.
Hidden secret.
You can't just sign up for it in most cases. You kind of need to go to the Alchemy Bar and kind of make friends with the alchemists, because there is limited seating. And usually what happens is the alchemists, over the course of the week, they figure out the people that are frequenting their bar, the Alchemy Bar, and who's enjoying the Alchemy Bar the most, and who is really nice to the alchemist and everything else like that. And then usually they'll say, hey, what are you doing on this day? Whatever day they're doing the mixology. And would you like to come to this class or whatever? And as Greg and Michelle just mentioned, they set up like it's 4 or 5 tastings of different martinis.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, at the end of all these tastings and them explaining all these different liqueurs and things like that, then they usually make a regular size drink for you on top of all the tastings, which they are nice size tastings also. They're not a full size drink, but they are a generous tasting size.
Well, here's the thing about that, though, because after you pour it into the little tiny glass, there's still a lot more left. So we were like downing it and then pouring the rest of it.
So and ours, and I think this was the same as you actually get to make the drink. So they, and I think there's 3. I don't think there's 4. I think there might be three like martinis or whatever drinks. And then they actually have you make them. They teach you what goes in there, and then they help you pour that. You get to pour some of like the juices and things like that. And then, but like Greg said, after you put it into this little mini martini glass, there's always like this much left over. And you're like, after you're done, like put that in there, and that's a full drink. So it is a really good deal. And it's so fun.
No, absolutely. And if you haven't, I mean, I've done it several times, so I don't always do it anymore. But yeah, for if you've never done it, or even if you've done it only once or twice, and you know it's been a while since you did it, a couple things. Charlene had said, and I wanted to point this out because she was talking about the hot tubs on Carnival ships or whatever, and it's funny that you mentioned that, Charlene, because I made a joke earlier in our little message thread that Greg and Michelle are in also. And I think it was Eric from North Shore Travelers, and he was talking about, you know, the subscribers he's got and stuff like that. And, you know, it's been a challenge and difficult getting new subscribers and stuff. And I had said, you know, the pool of content creators for cruising has become much bigger from when I joined and Greg and Michelle joined and everything else like that. So I think for new people entering the space, it is going to be more difficult or whatever. And I compared it to the hot tubs in the Tides Pool area on Carnival cruise ship. In terms of, you know, my analogy for how crowded it was.
It's good enough.
And I know Andrew from Funnelheads thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and Charlene was saying, yeah, those are scary waters. And then to Chris's point, because he's going to be on the Carnival Horizon, which the Havana area, Chris, you said you have a balcony. I would take, and this is honest to God truth, I've said this before on the show, cruising Chris Moss, I would take an interior in the Havana over a balcony in the regular part of the ship, just so I could enjoy the Havana area and the pools and the hot tubs and that backyard. And it's kind of like a exclusive club in a way. And you kind of get to know everybody back there for the week. And it becomes, it's just fun. It's fun and it's enjoyable. And in terms of, you know, Chris, I mentioned this because you said you're not a pool person or whatever. I'm not a pool person on a lot of Carnival ships either, because I just go back there and I see like, okay, can I even get down the ladder without like having to wedge in between two people or whatever? It's like sometimes it's like that. And it's just like, yeah, and you know, then you see that cloudy whatever, you know, probably sunscreen, you know, but yeah, I mean that water doesn't always look you know, whatever. So yeah, sometimes I'm just like, maybe I don't want to take a dip as bad as I thought I did, you know. So so yeah, but in the Havana area, you know, the most crowded it'll be is probably like 12 people, you know, and that's pretty crowded for a Havana pool area or whatever. So, you know, like I say, it's you know, downsize to an interior or whatever, and then enjoy the Havana area, and then tell me what you think.
It's a different type of experience.
I didn't even know that the Havana had inside cabins. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the 5th floor, so you have all the cabana, you know, with the little porches and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, on the other side of that, all that lined up on that interior, those are all interior cabins.
Okay.
And then the first room on the corner of deck 6, 7, 8, and 9, the first corners on each side are all interiors too. So you have two interiors all the way up. And then those little ones, you know, the other side of the cabana. So yeah.
So the Havana goes 3 levels. It's 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Really?
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it goes all the way up. I mean, most of them are, the balconies facing the back or whatever. But yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up.
right.
And yeah. So.
Who knew?
Okay, so specialty dining. Greg and Michelle are in the steakhouse here, and I don't know. It seems like the service is a little slow. I don't.
Yeah, I think it's after hours.
Yes, I think we missed our reservation. I was going to have the filet.
I don't see any waiters or waitresses walking around. It doesn't look like any chefs are back there. It's like you guys are either really early or really late.
We're really late.
They're really late.
All right. But okay, since you're in the steakhouse, give your opinion first. It's about $50. I think it might be $52 now. They're always changing the price. It's like,
well, it was 30. I think when we started cruising.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like $35.
Yeah, I was like.
But I like the steakhouse. I think it's good. It's a good. I think for the money, it's good. You can. It's almost like the main dining room. If you want to get like double appetizers and stuff, they're okay about it. It's just the entree, just one entree, of course. But it's the quality is fantastic. We just did the steakhouse. Yeah.
My glands are going wild thinking about that filet mignon.
Oh yeah. Michelle gets a nice big chunk of filet mignon. She'll cut it in half, take the other half back to her cabin,
slice it, have it cold in the morning. Oh, so good.
Yeah. But
do you guys
maybe like one every other time or a special occasion? We don't do it every cruise. I know you love the steakhouse. You've the last cruise when we all cruised together,
right?
New Year's Eve. I think you did it on the first. We
did
it twice also. Originally, we were just going to do it the one time. But, yeah.
I think we've done at least 2/3 of the times that we've been sailing.
Yeah.
To me,
we do enjoy it.
And talking about and again, that's why I started the show by saying like, hey, even if we say something isn't a great value that you like to do, like the spa, for example, the massages are amazing. They're really, really good massages. I don't want to Carnival, they're masseuses or whatever they're called, massage therapists, whatever. They're great. Like every massage I've ever gotten, there's never been a time where I walked away and I'm like, it was all right. It's always been really, really good, but they're expensive as hell. They are so expensive.
And they try to make it seem like you're going to get a good deal, like on the last day or when you're in port. But the reality of it is it's expensive.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, on our Alaskan cruise, Neffy, she said that she was doing the whole work. So that's the thing. Like you got to decide like what you want to splurge on, right? So, I mean, even at home, even though you can get some good massage deals, I still think they're a bit of a splurge, even though they really are necessary for most part. But I did do one on the cruise, and it was because it was a necessity. My back went out. Remember that? How horrible that was. And then I had to have an acupuncture session after that, and thank God I did because they fixed me. And I was golden after that. But
she was golden.
I could barely walk. I don't know what I did to myself, but I could barely walk. And so thank God that they're on there, and they are exceptionally well trained.
I haven't never done that acupuncture. I've never done acupuncture at all ever. Like, what does it really? It really like hits the triggers and really.
It can really really help.
I did it once.
Yes, you did.
And I didn't feel a thing.
Right. I remember that. Well, so, I mean, I think, you were going in because they talk about like, it can fix this. I mean, Greg has slight scoliosis. And so they were like, this could fix it. And, there are times I work in the alternative healthcare field. So, I know about acupuncture and, I've had several treatments before in the past. So they can be very effective for people. They can take several sessions for people to feel better, or or it can be like a one and done thing, and bam, they got the right spot.
Like with a massage, because you can't just go once. You got to continuously go really
right,
to
right.
Yeah.
But they are good, and even though I haven't enjoyed like the thermal suites on Carnival, I did go on a princess cruise one time, and we signed up for the thermal package it was just a short cruise, like for all 4 days. And I swear I was more horizontal than I was vertical that entire time. Because they have you laid on those warm tile beds?
You're talking about in the aromatherapy rooms? And
Yes. Those things are amazing. I mean, that's like almost getting like a hot stone massage for like hours as you lay there. Those are great. I mean, so if you don't have to like to be in a hot tub if you're just weird about getting in a pool of water with other people, I get it. But there's like different like the steam rooms, the saunas, the thermal beds, and all of that you can enjoy as part of the thermal suites. So it's good.
Okay, Rick, the Texas Cruiser, wants to meet you all in Galveston.
And then we're gonna figure that out. I think not the day we fly in, but maybe the afternoon, which is Friday.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, the 24th or something like that.
We're flying in a day early, so we're getting in on Thursday night late, so we have Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday lunch.
We'll work it out with you, for sure.
Well, and then Rick says, I will finally get coaching in Galveston when Horizon arrives. Rick, I have been to Galveston so many times. And I've told you that I was going to Galveston, and even said, hey, we can get together for a drink or whatever. So I don't want to hear that, Rick. I don't want to get on there. And I've been willing to like hook up and get a drink and everything. So, hey, I mean,
Coach, weren't you on the special thing for the inaugural of the Jubilee?
Yeah, I went down there for the inaugural for the Jubilee, and I mean, I've been on several cruises down there. Yeah, I mean, and I went on the Jubilee for like a real cruise, and I got down there the day before. That was last March and stuff. So no, I've been down there. I did the Breeze not too long ago.
Have you ever sailed with Andy Mercer?
Andy Mercer. No, that's a cruise director.
Yeah, he's on the Jubilee right now. Yeah,
okay.
I hear a lot of good things about him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to March because I've never gotten a cruise with Jackie Tang, and he looks like he's really good, and I've heard really good things about him. And I'm cruising on this next cruise on the Miracle. I think it's Andrew Rhett, their son. He's a big fan of this cruise director, Frankie Portera, I think is his name. I've never cruised with them to the best of my knowledge, but I'm going to find out if I'm blacklisted or not by Carnival pretty soon, because I'm going to put in a request to interview the cruise director, and we're going to see. We're going to see, just how offended they are about me calling out the beards and the suits or whatever. If they are cool with me interviewing Frankie. So I'm just curious, because a lot of people are like, oh, be careful, coach, don't get banned, or, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know how you get banned by giving an opinion that's the same opinion as like almost every person that's a platinum one down.
True.
But yeah, so Tyler Meehan will be the cruise director on the Horizon. I like Tyler a lot. If you go back and look at some of my blogs, Chris, I actually had Tyler, just some short cameos, him and I together. But yeah, Tyler's good. Tyler's good. I think you'll like Tyler a lot. He's a good guy. Okay, so I think we're both in agreement. The steakhouse. I do the steakhouse. Typically, it's the first day of every cruise I do.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, look, I want to start this cruise off right. The second night is usually the first formal night where the menu is a little bit better in the main dining room. But the first night, it's just kind of a, whatever menu. It's not a bad menu in the main dining room by any means, but it's not as good as it would be, obviously, on the second night when it's the first formal night. Yep. So I kind of feel like, that's a good time. And you get a free bottle of wine, Usually they still have that promotion. And since I buy the Cheers package, I usually just ask for that bottle of wine, and then I'll give it away to somebody. And you can also do this. You have to ask the hostess, for anybody that doesn't know this. If you have the Cheers package and you go on the first night and you get that free bottle of wine, if you want to give your server, if you feel like the server has been really good, and you say, hey, can I donate my bottle of wine to my service team or whatever, I don't know who will take it, but you can do that. Like if you don't have in mind what you want to do with your bottle of wine, you're not going to take it home with you. It's just you already have the Cheers packages. That's more than enough drinks. We've done that before, where we've just been like, yeah, you know what, we want to give this bottle of wine to our server, and they'll let you do that as part of their tip or whatever. And that's a nice thing. And then they can take a bottle of wine back to their cabin and enjoy a bottle of wine with their roommate or whatever. And then you just give them a bottle of wine.
Our last cruise to Alaska that we just got back from, we did not take the Cheers package, and we brought on board our 2 bottles of wine. Plus, we went to the steakhouse the first night, got a 3rd bottle of wine, and John Heel gave us a bottle of champagne. So we had 4 bottles.
We were golden.
Yeah, and I think and then we did the mixology class for $30.
Right, one day.
It was like we were bummed the whole cruise, and it cost us nothing.
And it was because you're so active during the day. Like you're like on.
This cruise was going to be all about Alaska and not getting the drink package and staying up late at night,
staying on board, drinking, doing trivia or whatever.
Yeah.
So so that was perfect, and the steakhouse with that extra bottle first night was definitely a good.
It was great.
Eric, we'll take care. We'll see you later. Texas Cruiser, my wife would bust that bottle of wine over my head if I gave it away. She wants that wine. Cruising Christmas says, how did you get your bottle from John Heel? Well, Greg and Michelle, they're like Carnival John Heel royalty. They've interviewed John twice now, right?
Yeah.
Twice.
He actually played the game.
I've never even met the man.
Huh?
I've never even met the man, but I feel like if I get on a ship with him now, he might have a sniper.
You better bring that sword with you.
I think he would. I think what he would do is actually have some really witty things to say to you, just like cut you to the quick, but make you laugh.
You're gonna you would love him.
I do. I do love John, and what I said, and again, it's this playful banter, whatever.
Exactly. I bet you if you met John Heel, he would come up to you and say, "You're that cruise coach. You're the coach out there."
Yeah,
you're 100% correct. And that's what he would have said to you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's my sneaky suspicion. I even think, you talk about, everybody likes conspiracy theories nowadays. So here's my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is John cares so much about the cruisers of Carnival. That's a good conspiracy theory. That he egged me on or pointed me out just on purpose, because he agrees with me and he can't go against Carnival or whatever, but he's so disappointed, I guess, in the Beards not honoring all the loyal cruisers, and he loves all the loyal cruisers so much that he wants to see them treated with respect and everything else like that. So in a way, he's pointed me out as being like, oh, this guy's against Carnival and he's spreading misinformation and all this, but secretly he's wanting people to go see Carnival. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? That's a really cool conspiracy theory. I like that. Yeah, but I do agree. I mean, I honestly think that John genuinely cares about all the cruisers. He has no reason not to.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't get paid more or less. He doesn't get a bonus, like on this rewards program or anything like that. he has.
I've never met a cruise director that did not care about the passengers on board. And what was John Hill?
Right.
He was a cruise director.
First and foremost,
Just like Lee and Kendall and all of the cruise directors on Carnival, they love the guests.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, couple things we haven't talked about. This is something I rarely do, but it's available to everybody. Treats. Now, we're talking about candy from, like, say, cherry on top, or we're talking about the Java Blue Cafe, where they have the donuts and the cupcakes and the cakes and the cheesecakes and everything else like that. And they charge extra for those. I think it's like $5 or $6 for a slice of cake. It's, I think, about $4 or so for a donut.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a good thing, because if it was free, I'd be eating every one of those.
Yeah.
I don't think, did we ever buy
we never
from
bought.
there?
No.
I was going to say no, because at the Java Blue, I think at least on the XL, like they've got the little sandwiches and things like that you can get there in Grand Central. Mm-hmm. And so we'd be up there getting like that for lunch instead of going up to the buffet or whatever. And so there are those yummy things that you like to look at, but then you see that dollar sign next to you, like, I can go up to the buffet and get a free cookie if I really need something sweet, you know.
Well,
I don't.
So here's my thing on that. I'm going to say that no, don't spend the extra money except for the cake potentially. Now, the donuts and the cupcakes, and it's like there's this grocery store called Mariano's where I live, and they have the same looking type of cupcakes and everything else like that. And I bought them because they look like they're going to taste just out of this world and amazing. And then you get them and you're like, yeah, you know, it's all right. It's good, you know, whatever. That's the same thing. Every person, like, they had a donut that had bacon. It was like a maple flavored donut with bacon on it and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, that's different. That's interesting. That looks like it would taste really good. And then I bought it for the $4 or whatever. And I was like, you know, whatever. Wasn't so good. It wasn't worth $4.50 or whatever it was for the donut. The cupcakes, I do see a lot of people buying the chocolate covered strawberries. I haven't tried those yet, but I think I like how.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute. Haven't you got them in your room?
No, but he's talking about the giant ones.
Yeah.
Giant ones. Usually
giant ones in the Java.
Giant strawberries are usually not very sweet, so they wouldn't be very good.
Remember Sherry's berries? They're like Sherry's berries, Carnival style. But yeah, no, I mean, but there was this. Oh my God, I forgot her name. She was in the steakhouse. She was so great on the last cruise that I was on, the Horizon, the back-to-back. So I got to enjoy her but she was a steakhouse bartender. God, I hate that I forgot her name. But she was great. And then, like, I wanted to do something. It was going to be her anniversary with Carnival or something special occasion, whatever. And I'd asked her, you know, what she liked from Java Blue Cafe. And that strawberry cheesecake or something like that they have, and she's like, oh yeah. So I went and bought her a piece of that and then brought that to the steakhouse or whatever, and she said she shared it with a couple of the people that work back there in the steakhouse or whatever, but that looked really good, and she said it was really good, so I might try that one. I'm not ruling out the cakes, but the donuts and the cupcakes and everything and the cookies, to pay that extra upcharge for those. Maybe the strawberries are worth it, but I'm gonna say pass on the $4.50 cupcakes.
Pass on that.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the drink package, you want to splurge. Their milkshakes are pretty darn good.
Oh, God.
Luckily, they're included in the drink package, so Greg and I might have at least one on a cruise, because they are so big, so thick, so rich, so yummy, and filling.
Oh, look at Chris.
So anyway, that would be a.
No, go ahead. Your mic.
I was going to say, so that would be a nice splurge if you don't have the drink package. I say go for the milkshake.
Yeah, I agree. The milkshake is a really nice touch, and that is one of the things. Like if you go on the Carnival of Venezia or Firenze, that is one of the things. The Java Blue Cafe is massive. It's the largest Java Blue Cafe across the Carnival fleet, and they have a much larger menu. And it's just they offer just so much.
The Venezia
and the Firenze.
Yeah. Oh, the Firenze. The Firenze.
Firenze. Is that okay?
Firenze, the Italian. Well,
cruising Chris Moss. Here's the John Heald conspiracy theory beverage treat for Coach, treat for Zoe. Zoe, come here. You want another treat? I think you do. Chris, thank you, sir.
Getting closer now, Coach.
Yeah. Zoe, come here. High five for Chris. High five. Want another treat? High five for Chris. What do you say? A little louder. Say it louder. Say thank you. Say thank you. Okay. I heard that one. Good job. All right. So thank you, Chris. We're up to 95, by the way. We are 55 away from that next cooler drawing. So thank you for that. Cruise Life TV says, that's awesome. And I agree with Cruise Life TV. They're pretty smart people over there at Cruise Life TV. In Leska, one of the hidden gems in the deli by the buffet on the horizon. Cruising Chris Moss. I have been to a Mariano's in Chicago. I think it was the north side. Yes, sir. And you know what they have that's really good? They have these double butter chocolate chip peanut butter cookies or something. Extra butter chocolate chip cookies. Those are insanely good. Okay. And they come in like little square packages like this. And there might be a dozen cookies or so. Insanely good. I can't get that stuff because I'm one of these people that, you know, like I'm always trying to watch my weight because like my scale goes up and it's not good. I just gain weight by looking at stuff. So I can't get that stuff very often because here's what I do. And tell me if there's anybody else that does this as well. And I bet you there's somebody out there does the same thing. I'll like buy a pie or something and I'll tell myself and I'll believe myself. I will believe that I'm telling the truth. And I'll say to myself, okay, look, I got this big giant pie. I'm not going to eat more than one slice a day. Or I might even give myself 2 slices a day. But I'm not going to eat more than that. And then I'm going to make this pie last 3 days or 4 days or whatever. And I'll tell myself that. And in the moment that I'm buying the pie, I believe myself. I feel like myself is telling myself the truth. And then I get home and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have my slice of pie for the night or whatever. And then that's going to be it. And I eat that slice of pie. And then 5 minutes later, I'm back in the kitchen and I'm getting that next slice of pie that I said I wasn't going to get until the following day. And that pie that was supposed to last for 4 or 5 days lasts for about 24 hours. And then it's gone. That's why I cannot put sweets and pies and cakes and cookies and all that stuff because I have no self-control. So if I buy that, it's just gone. It's just gone and I will just eat it. And then that's just what happens.
That's why they sell ice cream in these kind of size containers now.
Yeah.
It's like who has the self-control to not eat the whole half gallon, right?
Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely. Oh, look, JB.
Right.
Here's Coach. We're doing a last minute get me on the floor kind of day. I like it. JB, the Aces JB 96. Now I'm having to math. I think that's 110. I think, right? 95 and 15. That's 110, right?
95 and 15.
105.
Yeah, 110.
No, 110. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I've had a drink. I can't do math.
I mathed right.
Here's my calculator.
Where'd you
Michelle,
go?
you scared me. I thought I was wrong. All right, Zoe, come here. Come here. We're gonna get another peanut butter bacon wrapped.
Yes.
I mean, anything bacon wrapped. It's like, I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
No,
Zoe, you want a bacon wrapped? Here. JB, thank you, sir. And I want JB to like get at least. We're not, I was gonna say 3, but I don't want to be greedy. I want at least 2 hand pays, JB. At least 2 hand pays for you on your Aces cruise. But thank you, sir.
He's right.
High five for JB and good luck. Say good luck for JB. Say good luck. Say good luck. Okay. That was a good luck part. All right. So we're only 40 away.
There you
We're
go.
only 40 away.
Can you guess where we are now?
What's that?
Can you guess where we are now?
You guys are in the Italian Cucina del Capitano.
Cucina, yes.
And
You
one
know
of the
what?
things I love about Excel is it is free.
Yes.
Yes.
No, let me ask you this because I forget. And you know what? I'm glad you put Cucina up there because it's not Cucina, but you just reminded me of something that people on the XL class have to try. I've shared this before. On the free Cucina, do they still have the bread with the finely shredded Parmesan cheese with it? You break it apart like the King's Hawaiian bread, you know, and it's just
I
soft.
think on the last one we did,
Yeah.
they did have it and we made sure we had it because we watched your video and you raved about it. So I think we purposely went up there and I believe they did have it. Yes.
I think we had to ask for it. Did we have
Maybe.
to ask for it?
That I don't remember.
That bread is like
I
ridiculous.
remember the
It's
bread.
not ridiculous. It breaks apart and then it's like
So
shredded little Parmesan cheese and everything else on top of it.
Now, Chiquina del Capitano
Uh-huh.
and
Shebang.
Shebang are both complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
And
First time.
first time.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
And if you love it so much and you want to go back, it's $8
I thought
just to go
They
back.
raised
Which is
it because it used to be $5. It's $8 now.
No, well, the last time it was 8, I believe.
Last time we were on board. I think it was 8. I'm pretty sure you're
I'm
right.
pretty sure it was 8.
I am almost
Yeah.
positive.
I
But
got to bring you guys back on more often. I mean, Texas Cruise was like $5 super chat. Just make sure you get.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's
Thank
lovely.
you, Rick.
Yeah, awesome.
So, but yeah, we love the Cucina and we really like the Shebang. We like the
Shebang, yes,
the
Shebang.
Asian part of
Oh,
Shebang.
look where we are. Is it
We're in
Shebang?
Shebang.
Oh.
And we don't so much care for the Mexican side of the
No.
menu, but we really like the Asian side of the menu. We've never done the teppanyaki on board the ship because we've got lots of hibachis around here, and lots of great sushi places too. So, but the Shebang, if you like Asian,
we'll go like 2 or 3 times.
definitely check
I
that
know
out.
we talked about this before, but did you guys ever do the duck yet?
We're doing it on the next cruise.
Okay.
Yeah. Next week we'll be on Jubilee, and we're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it on the Jubilee.
Okay, so everybody that's doing an XL class ship, this is a XL class hack that I feel like everybody needs to know about. In Shebang, they have duck, okay, and you can get a whole duck, and it's like, so if you and your spouse, you and your partner, you and your girlfriend, you and your boyfriend, whatever the case, it's so worth it. It's either $20 or $25 per person. You will get a whole duck. And then not only do you get the whole duck, this golden duck, that honest to God, the preparation for this thing is insane. It's like a 24-hour preparation at least.
And
what
it's
they
limited
do to this duck to make it as delicious as it is. Okay. You need to go to the maitre d' of Shebang ahead of time and be like, hey, we want a duck. We want a duck. We'll pay for it in advance. What do we got to do to get this duck? Because they only make 4 or 5 of these ducks a day because they take like 24 hours of preparation. So they can't make many more than that, because if somebody doesn't eat that duck, then they wasted that duck. You know, they wasted the money that they could have made on that duck or whatever. So they only make a limited amount of these
And
ducks.
it's also because of oven space. Since they have to over, for that 24 hours, I think they actually have to put it in like an oven type of thing. So they probably only have so much space on the ship for such a big oven. So that's probably part of the reason too.
Well, and okay, so we were talking about the steakhouse earlier, and that's like $50 or $52 for like half the price. You're getting this duck, right?
Yeah.
When you have the steakhouse, a personal chef doesn't come out from the steakhouse and cut up your steak and serve it to you and ask you, what you want, and gives you little duck tacos and everything, steak tacos. He doesn't do that. That doesn't happen at the steakhouse. For half the price, if you order this duck, you will have a chef come out from behind the kitchen and roll out a little cart with your personal duck.
We're going to vlog that.
And he will slice it up and cut it up in 100 different ways and serve it 100, 6 or 7 different ways. You will be full. It will be amazing, and you'll be like, "Damn, I didn't realize I like duck this much."
What happens to the leftovers? Did you have leftovers, or?
I mean, I don't know. I forget.
Is it one duck for 2 people?
Yeah, one duck for 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, then that's a huge, great deal if it's only $20 per person.
20 or 25. I know it's not
$50.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But, I mean, like experience-wise, you have a personal chef at your table cutting up duck and stuff for you, and the duck is amazing and it tastes so good and everything. It's like one of the best. If you're going to do an indulgence or a splurge or whatever else like that for food, like the XL class, I wish you could do that on other ships, but unfortunately, it's only where Chebang is, which is currently 3 XL class ships, but it's amazing. I'm going on the Carnival Miracle for Thanksgiving, and trust me, if I had the option of getting this duck, for $25 a person or whatever, I would yes, please, twice, maybe. But you can only do it if you're going on the XL class. So for those of you going on the XL class, there we go. JB says, and the wife and I will be sporting our Coach Cruise shirts, purple for me and green for the wife. You want to get my hand paste? Yes. Hand paste. Hand paste, for people that don't know, you go to the casino, if you get a slot machine win and it's $2,000 or more, that's a hand pay. So JB and his wife are going to get at least 2 hand pays before it's all said and done. Thank you're at Crazy Eyed Cruiser subscribing to Cruise Life TV. We got Crazy Eyed Cruiser subscribing to Cruise Life. And anybody that's watching this on replay or watching it live, if you're not subscribed to Cruise Life TV or myself, please, hit that subscribe button, and we'll bring more to you.
A lot of good content.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we got Kevin B in the house. He's showing up late, but good to see you, Kevin. Good to see you. And you know what? I mean, the time flies, and Greg and Michelle, and I was telling them earlier, like every time we get together, it's fun, and the time flies like it has. Mm-hmm. And we're 13 minutes over, and it seems like it was like 33 minutes, but it's been an hour and 13 minutes.
There you go.
So I will let them go, and we'll let all of you go since we're almost 15 minutes over. There's still
not close to us. So no T-shirt.
You got another like 40 to go.
So we only have 35 more to go.
35.
We started with only 15, so we only have 35 more to go.
Somebody do a 15, somebody do a 20, and we're there.
or you hit the ground running next week with a big giveaway at the beginning. Yeah.
Well, see, we'll have a big giveaway at the beginning, and then hopefully we give away 2. I always love when we give away 2 in one show.
That's awesome.
So that is fun.
Next week, we're only 35 away from the 150. So if somehow we do 185 next week, then we'll give away 2. But Frankie Floyd was the winner last week. Angie,
what did Frankie Floyd win?
What did he win?
The cooler. Yeah, I got
this.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. I was going to show. I got one too.
Look at this.
These things are amazing.
Oh, it comes with a little
my
bottle opener.
gosh, you've got to have one.
Yes.
These are awesome.
And it holds a lot. And that one we used.
Yes,
I got
we
drinks.
did.
I got drinks out of that very cooler.
It got
On the boat.
christened.
We christened it.
Christened in a really spectacular way on Miami Beach with the party squad and all these amazing people. Yeah.
And I think for some reason, you know, we were short a bottle opener or something, and just coincidentally, that cooler's got a bottle opener on it, so it came through. It came through in the clutch. Kevin B says, should be concerned about getting off the ship in Cozumel. Why would Kevin be concerned about getting off the ship?
It's safe. There's no issues.
Yeah, no, the ports are safe. You just, you stick to the excursions and the reputable. If you don't book through the cruise line, book through a reputable.
But even if you get off to walk around, just be cautious of where your surroundings are.
Well, no, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on in Mexico that people got to be worried.
I think people are just worried about riffraff going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Kevin, is that what you're implying?
Let's see. The only reason I've taken my kiddo on his first cruise of one resort. Yeah, no, I mean, I've never heard anything like scary about Cozumel.
No. Just
something happening that I don't know about.
No, just stay on that. You just don't want to go off the reservation, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'll be in Cozumel over Thanksgiving. I'm doing Sancho's again. So
we're so excited. We're doing Sancho's
first
too.
Time,
yeah. As part of the booze cruise over Halloween.
Coach, we need to cruise again because I enjoy getting arrested and raining on a golf cart excursion.
We had the best time on that cruise. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be a bad influence.
No.
Oh, it was
You bring
great.
the fun. You encourage the fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. FFS, right? Kevin B, supposedly cartel is hit on American.
Huh?
I hope not.
Well, again, you stay in the ports and you should be fine.
Stay in the ports, stay with the cruise line excursions, and you
don't wander off and just stay with big groups and you'll be good.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, my thing, if you book like a Sancho's or Paradise Beach or something, if you're booking like an all-inclusive, a place where you're going to go to, you can get in the cab right there in port, and the cab takes you right to the front door of the all-inclusive or whatever, wherever it is that you're going. If you're wandering inner island or something, which I doubt that you're doing, I'm guessing you're doing some kind of excursion-based thing. But yeah, I think you'll be. Yeah, Kevin says he's booked Iberostar. I don't know. I'm guessing that's an all-inclusive, but yeah. And Lisa is loving something, but I'm glad you're loving something here.
She's loving us. She's loving you.
Yes, I love that. All right, everybody. Well, I mean, we're like almost 20 minutes after 20 minutes overtime. I appreciate everybody, and thanks for staying on. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, if you've already subscribed, make sure you're liked. And if you've already liked and subscribed, then you're good to go. And thank you for that. And thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all of these super chats. We had Admin Tim, Charlene, the Texas Cruiser, Chris Moss, JB, and all of them, and a few of them super chatted twice, so even better. All right, thank you, everybody. We will be back next Tuesday, maybe with Cruise Life TV. We've had funnel heads on for 2 or 3 weeks before. Maybe we'll get a big group. Maybe we'll have a force. We'll be like on the golfing circuit. We'll have 4 squares.
We'll be like Hollywood squares and have 9.
And we'll be 2 days out from our leaving for our cruise, so we're going to be all excited.
Oh, see, what cruise is it again?
That's the Galveston Booze Cruise. I think it is like. Don't we leave next Tuesday?
We leave on Thursday.
Thursday. We leave on Thursday, so Tuesday's like 2 days.
And you're
away.
leaving on Wednesday, like getting down.
Well, so we're leaving Thursday to fly to Galveston, and then we're gonna get on board on Saturday.
Oh,
so it's a Saturday to Saturday.
Yeah,
you're flying out 2 days early.
Yes, because the late night flight, like the only direct flight is the late night flight. And we were like, it just was too sketchy to leave on Friday. So we decided to rebook it and go on Thursday in the evening, the later flight. So we'll have all day Friday as a buffer just in case.
Yeah.
And
we'll get to meet Texas.
Yes, we'll get to meet Rick. We'll get to see Galveston. And then we're doing a ghost tour with the beaches on Friday evening.
Friday night.
Because otherwise we wouldn't have missed that.
If it works out where you guys can go live on a Tuesday night, like if that's a C night or whatever. I always love doing that when people are on cruises and you can go live. So yeah, let us know and maybe we can.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're gonna have jam pack. I mean, it's a booze cruise. So I don't know if you know, but on the booze cruises, Michelle and I get dressed up every night of the cruise. We're a different character every day.
Well, even better, even if it's just a pop in, even if it's just like a 5 or 10 minute pop in, like, okay.
Maybe we'll send you some WhatsApp like videos.
A little video.
If we can, and then you can like throw it up there on Tuesday night if we can't get on.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, and then Greg and Michelle, they are infamous. Infamous? I don't know. Maybe infamous is not the right word, but
no, I think that's the right word.
They might be infamous. But for some of their Halloween costumes and stuff like that. So
we've had some good ones. Last year on the boot, oh my gosh, we went all out. We had so much fun. We did a different costume every night.
I'll kind of fill you in a little bit.
Oh wait, are you gonna spoil the surprise?
Well, I mean they're not gonna be on it, but I don't know if you recognize this scene here. That is the sail away party. And
oh my god!
And who is that?
Is that Greg there?
That's me. That's gonna be one of them. Yeah.
So we're gonna be part of the fun squad.
We're gonna be the fun squad.
We've got the whole outfit.
We got the red shoes and a little fun squad.
We got their new the sail away party T-shirts made, and we've got blue shorts.
I want video of you performing with said fun squad, not just.
Oh no, we're gonna try.
I want full on video. I want the fun squad to coach you up on dances or something, whatever that you have.
Oh, that's it.
And then I want video of you actually doing said dances like they do. That's what I want.
Luckily, the fun squad's dances are easy. Now the playlist production dancers, when they come in and do that, like we're not doing that, but we'll follow along with the line dances for the fun squad.
Very cool. All right.
So we're super
all right, everybody. Well, we are almost 25 minutes over, but like I said, it went like it was only 25 minutes, but it was an hour and 25 minutes. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for helping it go so quickly and so much fun, as always, with Cruise Life TV. So we'll see y'all next week.